Alright, I appreciate you checking out this video. Today we're at Boatyard Lake in Stockton, Alabama. The water's up a little bit. Alabama River at Claiborne, I believe, is at 27 feet. We were supposed to have a kayak tournament, but they decided to cancel it because of the high water. But I kind of had a game plan, and I wanted to go out and see how it would do. I'm going to be going from Boatyard out towards the river. There's a little creek down there I'm going to explore later on, but I'm going to be starting with a buzzbait, just working my way down to that creek. And once I get in that creek, I'm going to just kind of see what the water level looks like and go from there.
Oh my gosh.
That'll make you feel like a real rookie. I don't buzzbait fish very often for that reason, but good time to get some practice. After a couple other fish misses, I think so a lot of them were panfish, I'm going to switch over to that hybrid hunter, Strike King hybrid hunter, and see if maybe those treble hooks will stick a few other ones and keep them on. I'm just going to be taking that hybrid hunter and trying to bounce it into limbs and off the side of trees and things. Because this water's up, the water level is actually going to be at different layers of these tree limbs. So I think so far the fish have been holing kind of on the outer trees in the main part of the lake. And this grinnell right here came out of nowhere. He may have been tracking that lure for a while, I don't know, but it looked like he come out of nowhere and just snatched it. And I'm going to fight this guy. Normally when you're trying to get these guys landed, they shake off, but when you don't want them, you can't get rid of the things. So I'm going to fight him to the boat, try to get him to shake off, but unfortunately he doesn't. I have to bring him in the kayak with me. Just come off. I don't want to mess with you. Just come off. Man, what a big old grinnell. That thing was almost 30 inches. Gonna get this guy back in the water and then get back to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of Boatyard Lake and head down towards that creek. You can see the water's up in these branches of those trees, but the first part of this creek has pretty high banks, so it's still holding in the bank parts. So I'm gonna try to fish these bank lines, see how I do there, and then ease back into where it's more swampy standing trees. Alright, and here we have a pickerel. I thought it was a decent little bass whenever it first thumped it. I guess it's going to be a day of the undesirable fish. But that's okay too, they're a lot of fun. Alright, back in the water. And every time you catch a pickerel, it's always best to check your line and see if you need to retie. I think I had to retie after that one. So further back in the creek, the banks are lower, so the water's all out into the woods, and it seems to just kind of go out in the woods for a long way. And I'm trying to paddle through this section, and if I see something that, a point of trees or something, I'll throw at it. But I'm trying to just blaze through this section because the trees that are, out past where the bank would normally be, they're too thick for me to get in there and fish them. So I can't do too much in this area. And here we have another pickerel. This guy hit like that big grinnell. This is a pretty big pickerel too. Whoa. pickerel seem to be all about that hybrid hunter today. Gosh, it might be my biggest pickerel of the year. Okay, so now we're getting way back in this creek. And you can see there's a good bit of space between those standing trees, and you can fish between this stuff pretty well. And that was a little bass that was probably 13, maybe 14 inches. Threw that hybrid hunter right back at me. I was thinking that hybrid hunter was going to stick them a little better and maybe not make them get off. But all of the bass that I've hooked so far, I haven't shown you all of them. All of them have kind of gotten off. So now I'm going back to the buzzbait. I'm thinking that maybe all of that room between these trees I can cast, up in the bushes, really tight stuff with that buzzbait. And it's very weedless, so I'm thinking I'll be able to get through it pretty well. So this back part of this creek back here, if you look at it on a topographic map, it's these standing trees, and then whenever it runs into bank on both sides, it's kind of got a lot of elevation to it. So I was thinking with the water being up, I could fish these standing trees all the way to the bank on both sides, and I was thinking that any fish that were in the creek, if they were going to be drawn to the bank, I could actually easily get to the bank in this area. So that's why I decided to fish here. And whenever we were going to do the tournament, I was going to start right here. But since the tournament got canceled, I figured I'd fish my way here and just see if it was any better anywhere else. And that was a small bass. Golly. Okay, so this section here, you're going to get thumped by a little 12-incher, and then a bigger fish is going to be following him. Look to the left of the kayak, see if you can see that mouth. Did you see it? It was really quick. You may want to rewind it. That was a big bass. I seen that entire fish, and golly, that was a good one. It was at least 3.5 pounds. So this seems to be a recurring theme in all of my videos that take place in the summertime. If I film them on the GoPro, it overheats and I end up losing some fish catches. And the bad news is the fish catches that are not on camera are the 3 bass that I actually landed. So you guys got to see, I think, at least 3 fish that were bass that came off. 1 this morning and a couple in the afternoon. But the 3 that I landed were all back here in this cluster of trees near the bank, kind of where I thought they'd be for that tournament. So I feel kind of sort of, like I had a good game plan and I knew where the fish were. I just couldn't land them. But I feel like if I would have started here in the morning, from first light, I feel like I could have caught 5. But I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of the 3 I landed. They weren't crazy big, but they weren't bad either.
Not gonna make it. Alright, caught this little fella on a buzzbait back here at Flooded Boatyard. Bye, little buddy. Alright, 15.75 on the buzzbait, middle of the day.
Alright, so that's how we're going to end it for today. Ended up landing 3 bass, a few pickerel, 1 really good bowfin, and lost several bass and lost several other little panfish and different things. Wasn't a bad day. It was pretty fun, considering that the river was several feet up. The lake I was in was several feet up. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and don't let that high water scare you. Get out there, try to find some good banks, get in the trees, and catch those fish. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.